think about it. If you're a buyer and it
Mhm.
went down, that would be wonderful.
Mhm.
If you're a seller and it went down, well, that's kind of nice too, because it means there's more buyers out there.
Of
So
course.
really what a person should do, in my opinion,
Mhm.
is
Hey, it's Randy with Eugene Spotlights, and hey, we're back again with Gary Raze of Remax Integrity, and today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different, and a couple of things here. One of them is the equity that's in homes, especially owned by somebody. Let's say it's over 65 years old, the boomers that are out there, and then related to what you can do with that, and at the same time make some comments on the listings and what's happening specifically in Eugene, primarily compared to a lot of other cities you may have heard something about. So, anyways, Gary, let's get started. Tell us about
good to
what's
meet you.
happening with equity in homes in Eugene.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna say Eugene, Lane County, because
Okay.
we really incorporate a lot of other cities, small cities around us.
Right.
What's interesting is we had a big surge of penned up buyers
Right.
and penned up listings in May,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a slug of new things coming on the market, which is good
Yeah.
because we needed that happen. What's interesting though is that in June,
Mm-hmm.
things dropped down considerably from the big push in May. We
Mm-hmm.
were down to about 17% of new listings coming onto the market. But that's a lot of that has to do with that surge that happened in May, kind of took the pressure off of June.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of activity going on. But what's interesting is the fact that we expected, with all the push of new people out there, that we'll get maybe the houses prices will go up.
Right.
Well, actually they haven't.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, they've kind of leveled off, and really we're at about the same price range as we were a year ago. We've
Oh,
actually just made a 0.8% change. So we're
negligible.
still at around median prices around $435,000 per
Mm-hmm.
house. But what's interesting is that everybody is still in their mindset, I'm going to wait for the interest rates to go down.
Right.
And if you talk to the gurus, there's no promising that that's
No.
going to happen. As a matter of fact, think about it. If you're a buyer and
Mm-hmm.
it went down, that would be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a seller and it went down, well, that's kind of nice too, because it means there's more buyers out there.
Mm-hmm.
But if the interest rate goes down, what do you suppose will happen with the amount of buyers that can buy?
Mm-hmm.
That'll increase.
Mm-hmm.
The more buyers that are out there looking at your property, pretty soon the prices of homes will inch upward.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're at a solid area where things have stabilized.
Mm-hmm.
Interest rates have stabilized.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that I want to leave this particular area about is this: if you get a home and get it under contract,
Mm-hmm.
it's solid. That
Mm-hmm.
mortgage is going to stay the same for the 30 years,
Right.
as if you're going to be there 30 years. And the only way it's going to go up is through your cost of insurance
Mm-hmm.
and the cost of taxes. That's the only thing that's going to change. The mortgage itself is level.
Mm-hmm.
Interest rates can go up or it can go down. If it goes up, it doesn't affect you.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes down, you have the right to refinance.
Mm-hmm.
And that costs you a couple $1,000s, but
Yeah.
over the time, if it was to drop that much, you're even in better shape.
Of course.
So really what a person should do, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
is we know what's out there, we know what we're looking for, get it locked up now. Don't wait for next year hoping that the interest rate's going to go down, because it's going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to get the home that you so desire.
Mm-hmm.
But Eugene is Lane County is pretty level right now. It's just
Mm-hmm.
the days on market is about almost 2 months. So
Mm-hmm.
in other words, from the time you list it until the time it sell it. That's different from 3 years ago, where you
Yeah.
put one on the market and you didn't get home in time and you found out you had an offer.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. People are done overpaying for homes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Yeah.
no more free money out there at that 3% range, or
That's
that
a good point.
2.8% thing. So things are more realistic now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, or I'm advising the listener, that if they're thinking about buying or selling, get it done now,
Mm-hmm.
because we know what it is at this moment, and that's something you can bank on,
Yeah.
as opposed to wondering what the future is going to hold.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that part.
Right.
Another thing that you brought up, Randy, was about the baby boomers.
Yeah.
I take offense. Oh, hey, wait a minute. I am a baby boomer. The whole point of that is, there are a lot of baby boomers still out there, and they are downsizing because the
Mm-hmm.
homes have become no longer easy for them for lots of reasons,
Mm-hmm.
or they want to enjoy their life and not mow a lawn,
Right.
or so there's lots of reasons. The other part is they have a lot of equity, and
Mm-hmm.
in many cases they actually own the home outright.
Exactly.
So they can take their equity,
Mm-hmm.
downsize, and still have quite a bit more monies left over that they could do different things with, and put it in some type of accounts. But another thing that they can do, and this is where you help family.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of your own children are struggling to buy a home,
Mm-hmm.
or the grandchild is struggling to get into a home.
Exactly.
So if you were to take some of that equity and help a family member purchase a home, you could
Mm-hmm.
even leave your name as part of the owner,
Right.
but help that person get into a home. What a gift that is for a family member.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they own, by the way, they have about a third of the whole real estate wealth out there belong to the
Exactly.
baby boomers,
Yeah.
and the baby boomers, by the way, are the ones that were first born in 1946,
Mm-hmm.
because that was right after the war.
Yeah.
And it went clear till now. I think the youngest baby boomers are, I think, 65 now.
Right.
So 65 to 78 or
Mm-hmm.
9
Yeah.
are the baby boomers, but there's a lot of that out there, and that's a big thing that could help the younger people, because the brand new people that are trying to get into homes,
Mm-hmm.
it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You think, well, when was able to get in a home when I was, but the prices were so much lower.
Mm-hmm.
Interest rates were still about what it is now,
Same thing.
but the prices in comparison to what you were making
Mm-hmm.
was so much lower. Now it's difficult.
Yeah.
Rent is awful.
Mm-hmm.
And so the sooner you can get out of the rental world and get into home ownership, the better off that child or grandchild is. When I say grandchild, they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
and so it would really be beneficial if you investigate with a professional investor, or
Mm-hmm.
not investor, but a financial advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out what you can do to help your family members.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that can be,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, probably the best thing that can happen to a family member at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. No, totally agree. Totally agree. So, anyways, for those of you out there, you're wondering about, maybe you are the grandchild or the son or daughter, and you're wondering, well, I don't want to have mom and dad, do all of this work for me. But the other side, if they have a bunch of equity just sitting in there that's not doing anything, it could be a real benefit for both of you,
Oh, absolutely.
family wise. So reach out to a couple of people. Probably one of them would be, of course, some kind of a financial planner, an advisor, mortgage broker, and of course a realtor like Gary Raze here, who can comment on, this is what your home is worth. You'll know how much equity you have in it. And likewise, if you're 32 years old and you're waiting to buy your first home, this might be the opportunity to be able to do that. And like Gary said here also, don't expect home prices to, like by the sounds of it, spike or drop. And the same thing goes for the interest rates. It looks like it's pretty level right now. We're in a pretty, good, the market's pretty good. Buyers and sellers pretty even. So it's a balanced market. So to me, it's a great opportunity, like Gary said, to take a look at, buying your first home, moving up, that type of thing. And if you're a grandparent and you're looking at downsizing, get a hold of Gary, and he's got some solutions there for you too. So thanks a lot, Gary. It's
You're
great to have
welcome,
you.
and I think that's great advice.
Right on. Sounds super.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll talk to you next week. See you soon.